All right, so get this right. Today's deep dive was inspired by something one of you sent our way.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah, it's an Amazon product page. For a THERMOS FUNTAINER water bottle,
Go.
but not just any water bottle.
All right.
This one, it's got a Pokemon design,
Yeah.
and it's aimed at, like, kids, you know?
Oh, interesting.
And you might be thinking, oh, water bottle, really? But trust me on this.
Okay.
Even something like this, something we see all the time.
Right.
It can actually teach us a lot about marketing, how things are sold online, you know, e-commerce, maybe even a little bit about, like, how we think as shoppers.
Oh, I like where this is going.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a fun one. So
Yeah, what really jumps out at me, like, right away
yeah,
is how much strategy, how much thought goes into what seems like just a basic page.
right.
It's like they took this product page
Yeah.
and crammed it with, like, every persuasive design trick in the book.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're nudging us, like, towards that add to cart button without us even realizing it.
It's true. And the first thing I noticed, too, was that price, right? It's like right there, big and bold, $12.92.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is a pretty good deal, right? Because it's marked down from $18.99.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then right next to it, almost like it's part of the deal, is that Amazon Prime free trial call to action.
Oh, sneaky, sneaky.
Right.
So that right there is what we call a nudge.
Okay.
It's this little psychological trick
Okay.
designed to make Prime seem even more valuable, especially like right at that moment when you're already thinking about how much money you're saving.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true. But I guess my question is, like, does that actually work?
Well, it does.
Really?
Think about it, okay?
Mhm.
When you're shopping online,
Yeah.
you're already kind of in this, like, I want it now mindset.
Right, right.
And Prime, it just, like, taps right into that
Uh-huh.
by, promising you instant gratification.
Okay.
You get it now, you get it free.
Right.
It's like magic.
Yeah.
And then, to top it all off, they hit you with that arrives before Christmas guarantee.
Oh, yeah, right.
Pure holiday pressure.
Yeah, that's true.
Even for those of us who, like, we think we're super organized shoppers, right?
Right.
That little reminder can be just enough.
To push you over the edge.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it. It works.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about the actual product.
Okay.
I think they've really nailed the messaging here, appealing to both, like the kids who are going to use it and the parents who are actually going to buy it.
Right.
So you've got things like, stays cold for 12 hours thanks to that thermos vacuum insulation.
Oh, classic.
Kid-friendly design, with the push-button lid and that little carrying handle.
Yep.
And then daily durability because it's made of stainless steel,
Right.
all things that parents care about.
They're checking off all the boxes, hitting all those key parental concerns.
Totally.
And then they emphasize, like, how easy it is to take care of and clean.
Right.
They mention that it's dishwasher safe, which is a big one, and that it has a removable straw for easy cleaning.
Yep.
But then there's this one phrase that's really interesting.
What is it?
Hygienically covered straw.
Oh.
That's them, like, subtly tapping into a major parental anxiety
Oh, yeah.
terms.
Yeah.
It's not just about the features. It's about, like, calming those unspoken worries that parents have.
Right. It's like they're reading parents' minds.
Pretty much.
So we've got the price, the prime nudge, the kid-parent appeal.
Yep.
What else is going on here? What am I missing?
Well, Amazon itself, they lend a hand with the marketing, too.
How so?
You see that Amazon's Choice badge?
Oh, yeah.
It's such a simple little thing, but it instantly adds, like, a layer of trust and credibility.
Yeah.
Then there's that frequently bought together section.
No, yeah, okay.
Where they suggest Pokemon cards
Oh, smart.
as an add-on.
Classic upselling. I'm sure they have, like, mountains of data.
Oh, yeah. Showing that people who are buying this water bottle
Uh-huh.
are very likely to also buy Pokemon cards.
Absolutely.
It's a clever way to, like, bump up that average order value, right?
Exactly. It all comes down to, like, understanding what customers do and, like, offering these little extras that are just so tempting.
Right.
And let's not forget those visuals.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you've got multiple pictures, you've got the 360-degree view, and even customer-uploaded videos.
That's true.
They're not messing around.
Yeah. It really does bring the product to life on your screen.
Oh, totally.
You can practically feel the bottle in your hand.
Yeah.
Which honestly makes it so much harder to resist hitting that add to cart button.
It's true. In online shopping, visuals, they're king.
Yeah.
They create that sense of, like, being able to touch it.
Right.
And they let people connect with the product on, like, a more emotional level.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. It's not just reading a boring description. It's about seeing those bright colors, the cool design, and then imagining, your kid using it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we've talked about the price, the prime thing, the features that appeal to both kids and parents, and the visuals.
Yep.
But what about those user reviews? 4.7 stars from over 31,000 reviews.
Wow.
That's a lot of social proof.
Yeah, and it's a huge factor in how people shop online now.
Totally.
We tend to trust what other people say.
Right.
Especially when there are thousands of them.
Right.
More than we trust, that carefully written marketing copy.
Of course. Yeah, it's like word of mouth, but amplified by the internet.
Word of mouth on steroids.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's get into some specific examples.
Okay.
One parent talks about how durable this bottle is, saying it survived their toddler throwing it across a parking lot.
Oh, wow.
Another customer is impressed by how much ice was left the next morning, which proves that the insulation really works.
Right.
It does what it says it does.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're not lying about that insulation.
Nope. And another reviewer mentions how easy it is to clean.
Oh, that's always a plus.
Compared to, other sippy cups.
Especially with kids.
Oh, yeah. And it's those little details, right? Those real-life experiences that make it feel more, I don't know, relatable, more trustworthy.
It's like having a friend tell you about it.
Yeah, hey, I've used this.
Exactly.
Free.
That's what makes these reviews so powerful.
Right.
They go beyond just, the marketing stuff.
Yeah.
They give you those real-world insights, often from people who have, really used the product.
Right.
And can tell you what's what.
It's like having a whole team of testers.
Yeah.
Giving you the inside scoop.
Exactly.
But have you ever thought about whether we rely too much on user reviews?
Oh, interesting question.
I mean, are we really being objective when we read them? Or are we just swayed by, seeing so many positive ratings?
That's a really good point.
It's a lot of feedback.
There's definitely some psychology at play there.
Yeah.
I mean, we naturally tend to trust what most people say,
right,
even if we don't, consciously think about it.
Right.
It's like that whole social conformity thing.
Yeah.
If everyone else loves it,
it must be good.
It's got to be good, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is,
yeah,
we all have different needs and preferences.
Yeah, it's true.
What works for one person might not work for someone else.
Exactly. So how do we avoid, just blindly following the crowd?
You got to be a little critical.
Okay.
Don't just look at the star rating.
Right.
Actually, take the time to read a few reviews.
Oh, okay.
Both the good and the bad ones.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and look for patterns, common themes.
Hmm.
Do people keep saying it's durable?
Right.
Do they complain about the straw being a pain to clean?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Pay attention to the details. It's like being a detective.
A little bit.
Looking for clues.
Yeah, you got to watch out for those fake reviews, too.
Oh, yeah, right?
Those are getting more and more common.
So how do you spot those?
Look for signs of bias, generic language, or over-the-top praise.
Okay.
That just feels, fake.
Right. Inauthentic.
Yeah, and in the end, trust your gut.
Mm-hmm.
If something feels off about a review,
yeah,
it probably is. Okay,
that's good advice.
Thanks.
All right, so moving on from the user reviews.
Okay.
There was something else that caught my eye on this page.
What's that?
From the manufacturer section.
Oh, yeah.
THERMOS really plays up their 120-year history.
Wow, that's a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
To try and build trust and an emotional connection, they emphasize, care and quality, and they link those brand values directly to how good the product is.
It's all about storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
They're not just selling you a water bottle.
Yeah.
They're selling a legacy, a promise. By talking about their history and values, they make you feel something.
Yeah.
It's not just a transaction.
Right.
It's like a connection.
We're saying, hey, we've been around forever.
Exactly.
We know what we're doing.
Yep.
You can trust us.
And that trust is gold.
Especially these days when there are so many choices.
It's the key to loyalty to people telling their friends.
Right. Word of mouth.
Exactly. And then, of course, they show you the whole FUNTAINER collection.
Oh, right.
To encourage you to buy more. They're like, hey, we're not a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
We've got a whole bunch of stuff you'll love.
Speaking of smart, let's go back to that price for a second.
Okay.
Remember how it was the first thing you saw? Big and bold, creating that urgency and sense of value?
Yeah.
That wasn't an accident, right?
No. They know what they're doing.
What do you mean?
They're using something called anchoring.
Anchoring.
By showing you a higher price first.
Right.
That discounted price looks even better.
Okay.
It messes with how we see value.
So they're basically tricking our brains into thinking,
Kinda.
we're getting this amazing deal, even if that original price was, inflated to begin with.
It's subtle, but it works.
It does.
And then right next to that tempting price, they hint you with the Prime free trial.
Oh, right.
They're covering all their bases.
Yeah, they really are.
By connecting the discount to Prime, they're playing on our need for instant gratification.
Right.
We're not just saving money.
Yeah.
We're getting free shipping and fast.
Right.
And that arrives before Christmas guarantee.
Genius.
Oh, it's brilliant. Even the most organized shopper can't help but feel that little bit of pressure.
It's true.
Especially during the holidays.
Okay, so we've got anchoring, we've got that Prime nudge.
Yep.
What other subtle tactics are they using to get us to click add to cart?
Well, remember those visuals we talked about?
The pictures, the 360 view, yeah.
Yeah. They're not just there to look pretty.
Right.
They're carefully chosen to make you feel like you can touch the product.
Like it's right there in front of you.
Exactly.
Okay.
And those customer videos, those add a layer of, like, realness.
Right.
It's like your friend showing you how it works.
Yeah, I get it. What else?
And then there's the frequently bought together section with those Pokemon cards.
Oh, yeah.
That's upselling at its finest.
Right.
It preys on our tendency to buy things in sets.
Like, well, I'm already getting the water bottle. Might as well get the cards, too.
Precisely.
It makes sense. So they're using visuals, bundles, anything else.
Well, don't forget scarcity.
Scarcity.
Yeah, limited time offers.
Okay.
Limited quantities.
Right.
Exclusive deals.
I see.
Those tactics make you feel like you got to act fast.
Right, like you're going to miss out.
Exactly. Scarcity taps into our, deepest instincts.
Oh, wow.
It makes us feel like we have to buy it now.
Okay, so it's like they're creating this fear, missing out. It's incredible how much psychology goes into something as simple as a product page.
Right.
It's like they're playing chess with our minds.
A little bit.
But it's not necessarily a bad thing, right?
Not always.
I mean, a lot of these tactics, they're based on, understanding how people behave.
Exactly.
They use our natural biases, our desire for convenience, our emotional connection to brands.
Absolutely.
To get us to buy things.
It's all about knowing how our brains work.
So it's not always about manipulation.
No, sometimes it's just about understanding what makes us tick.
Okay, so it's like appealing to our desires.
And motivation.
In a way that, benefits both the seller and the buyer.
Exactly. But as consumers, we need to be aware of these tactics.
Right, so we can make good decisions.
Exactly.
Okay, so pop quiz.
Hit me with it.
What can we do to avoid falling for these, sneaky marketing tricks?
First, be skeptical.
Okay.
Don't believe everything you see.
Right.
Question those big claims, those glowing reviews, and those deals that seem too good to be true.
Okay, so basically, be a detective.
Yeah. Do your research.
Right.
Read reviews from different places, not just the product page.
Okay.
Compare prices. And most importantly, listen to your gut.
Yeah.
If something feels off, it probably is.
It's like that old saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Exactly.
Knowledge is power.
The more we understand these marketing tactics, the better we can navigate this whole world of buying stuff.
Right. We can make choices that, align with what we believe in and what we can afford.
Exactly.
Well, I gotta say, this has been really eye-opening.
Me too.
Who knew a Pokemon water bottle could teach us so much about marketing?
Right.
Psychology and how to persuade people.
It's amazing what you can learn.
It's a good reminder that even the most ordinary things can offer valuable insights.
Absolutely.
If we just take the time to look a little closer.
It's all about perspective.
So the next time you're shopping online,
yeah,
remember what we've talked about. Don't just see a product page as a transaction.
Right.
See it as an opportunity to learn, to analyze, and to make smart choices.
Become a conscious shopper.
Yes.
A savvy shopper.
Exactly. Well, folks, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of a Pokemon water bottle on Amazon.
We covered a lot of ground.
We talked about marketing tactics, consumer psychology, and the art of persuasion.
It's been a journey.
It has. And remember, these strategies, they're everywhere.
Not just on Amazon.
So keep your eyes peeled, your minds sharp.
And your wallet safe.
Until next time, happy shopping.
Happy shopping.
And thanks for joining us on the deep dive. So it's not always about being manipulative or tricking people. It's more about understanding how our brains work, you know?
Yeah, how we make decisions.
And appealing to those desires and motivations that we all have in a way that, hopefully benefits everyone involved.
benefits both the seller and the buyer.
Right.
But as consumers, I think it's important to be aware of these tactics.
Oh, absolutely. So we can make informed choices.
Exactly.
All right. So pop quiz time.
Hit me.
What can we do right now to avoid falling for these sneaky marketing tricks?
Well, first and foremost, I'd say be skeptical.
Okay. So don't just believe everything you see.
Exactly. Question those bold claims.
Right.
Those glowing reviews, those deals that sound way too good to be true.
So basically, be a detective.
A little bit, yeah. Do your research.
All right, so read reviews from different sources.
Exactly. Not just the product page.
Okay.
Compare prices, shop around.
Makes sense.
And probably, most importantly, trust your gut.
Yeah, if something feels off.
It probably is.
It's like that old saying, right? If it sounds too good to be true.
It probably is.
It probably is.
So true.
Knowledge is power.
Absolutely. The more we understand these tactics, the better equipped we are to navigate this whole consumer world.
Right, to make choices that are good for us.
That align with our values, our budgets.
Exactly. Well, this has been, I gotta say, pretty eye-opening.
Me too.
Who knew a Pokemon water bottle could teach us so much about marketing?
Right, and psychology.
But like the art of persuasion, it's fascinating.
Really is.
It's a good reminder that even the most ordinary things can teach us something.
If we just take a moment to look a little closer.
Yeah, it's all about perspective.
Absolutely.
So next time you're shopping online, remember what we talked about today.
Yep.
Don't just see a product page as a transaction.
Right.
See it as a chance to learn something.
To analyze.
To make smarter choices.
Become a more conscious consumer.
Exactly.
A savvy shopper.
Yes, well, folks, that wraps up our deep dive into the fascinating world of a Pokemon water bottle on Amazon.
I hope you learned something.
We covered a lot. We talked about marketing tactics, consumer psychology, and the art of persuasion.
It's been a journey.
It really has.
Remember, these strategies, they're everywhere.
Not just on Amazon, so be on the lookout.
Keep your eyes open.
Keep your mind sharp, and most importantly, keep your wallet safe.
Happy shopping, everyone.
Happy shopping, and thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.